It's Week 14 of the National Football League, and we'll get to see the Eagles burner at wide receiver. Big plays follow him around. He comes in second in the NFL in receiving yards. It's the Eagles and the Saints, and it comes your way next on Madden NFL 24.
This is the NFL on EA Sports as we join you from the so-called Space City, Houston, Texas. Today it's a Week 14 matchup. It should be a good one, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Eagles of Houston. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. They come in off the extended break from the bye.
I think it was much needed as well. You play 2.5 months, you're ready for some time off to get set for the home stretch.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Saints, their long winning streak finally came to an end last week. A disappointing game for them, but still a heck of a run.
Indeed it was. What a great job by them putting together a streak. Now let's see how they rebound after a defeat.
Of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. Here come the Saints for their opening drive. And they will be led out by the youngster, the rookie, their QB.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how did they get a win?
To throw on second down. Andrews. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. Nakobe Dean. It's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Nakobe Dean drops him again for the second straight play, and it brings up fourth down. Here comes the Saints punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. It's fielded at the 45. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. So that... coming out for the first time with great initial field position. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that. He didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. He'll wind up losing a full 9. On the sack. Now it's third down. So certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the first. We'll see what they've drawn up. throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
Going for it on fourth, Richardson. Over the middle, complete. It's Dean. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. They go play action here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Nakobe Dean. What a start to this ball game. Still in the first quarter, and he now has 3 sacks, on pace for double digits. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Back to throw. Andrews. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Chris Olave, the intended receiver. And now it's third down. You look at this Eagle defense. And this unit, very tough to throw against. Currently second best in the NFL.
This is.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure. And it's a loss of 6. Here's Lou Hedley on now to punt the football. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Eagles offense making their way back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And for the moment, they're sitting pretty in possession of that number 2 seed. But as we know it often happens, this is all still subject to change.
You're so right.
They've got his man complete. He's to the 15. Touchdown, Houston. But a great play there. 87 yards. And the Eagles are on the board first here this afternoon. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Throwing to start the drive. Andrews. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen one touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
Andrews now on third down. They'll set up the screen down to Kamara. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for fourth down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on third and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Fielded just inside the 20. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. And now out comes Houston.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Eagles. A great effort there with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. The New Orleans offense set to take over. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Andrews. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. They push him back 8 yards that time on time.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. These sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to...
Under pressure, they got him again. Nakobe Dean. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. Taking on the midfield logo. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Now Richardson going to shift things up.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Touchdown! A big play there. Doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter.
And the Eagles have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Well, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 21-0.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away.
And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
On second down, Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere. But it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This is taken at the 23. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over first and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Richardson to throw off play action. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. On his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Eagles are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Point after, right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. Out comes the Saints offensive unit and the NFC playoff race. Let's have a look at it. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
To throw is Andrews. To throw on second down. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be second down. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara.
Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line.
Give them 18 there, and the Saints have a first down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Looking to throw. Andrews. And this one is going to be off the mark. Too far out in front.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
The kick by McManus is good, and that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense. They enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is, and let's face it, this team is playing so well. The worry now is that after a few extra days off, they'll be sluggish coming into this.
There he goes left side. There he goes again. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Eagles have got it on cruise control. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over them as they continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd and 2, Andrews. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
That's taken on the 25. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Eagles offense back out, getting set for this next drive. Charles, this offense, they've been on a roll. 2 drives ago, they scored. Remember, last drive was that 1-play touchdown strike, so now they're looking to make it 3 for 3.
You know, I talked to a Hall of Famer one time about, hey, when you're on defense and these types of things are happening to you, what goes through your mind? And he told me at that point, It's not about schemes. It's not about what's called from the sideline. It's about players. Who's going to make a play, make a stand, and stop this offense from doing what they've been doing.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Off play action. Richardson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. 63 yards. And the Eagles extend their lead yet again. Extra point splits the uprights. And the rout is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. The New Orleans offense set to take over. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Back to throw. Andrews. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. With 3rd down coming up. Operating from the gun. Andrews. Had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and they will take over 1st and 10. And out now come the Eagles. And if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
They go play action with Richardson. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. And Richardson looks to throw once more. This one complete down the field to Goddard. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. On 1st down, Richardson. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles just continue to roll. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away.
And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond.